Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
May the listener get, my name is Dolapo Aina.
Okay.
May the listener get to know you, what you do, the firm you represent or the organization you represent, and where you are at this event, which is the Nigerian Internet Governance Forum 2014.
Okay. My name is Kalu Ndukwe, and particularly I'm a civil servant working with Federal Ministry of Women Affairs in Oka, Anambra State.
Okay.
I am here as a representative of National Disability Empowerment Forum. National Disability Empowerment Forum is an organization that tries to empower disabled persons, and so I am here to speak on digital inclusion and internet governance. I am also the president of Blind Computer Users Group, an organization of blind computer users in Nigeria.
Okay.
And because I am well versed in things that relate to computer and disabled users, I was invited by NIGF to speak on how digital inclusion and internet governance should involve the disabled persons in Nigeria.
How was the last statement you made? How has internet revolution and internet governance, how has it affected physically challenged people in Nigeria?
Wow, that's a great thing. First of all, let me say this. When we say that somebody is physically challenged, it means that either the person's hand is amputated or he is sitting on a wheelchair or such things. But when you say that somebody is visually challenged or visually impaired, then he has a problem with the eyes. Now, the physically challenged will open his computer, see the screen, and do whatever he wants to do without any hassles. Unfortunately, though, the visually impaired person needs a screen reader with which to access the screen. So, coming to your question, the internet revolution has really changed a lot of things. As for me, I can do my research online, sit in my bedroom, make research in various libraries around the world, and come up with my paper. In fact, these days I'm even fascinated by mobile money, which you may have heard of. So I sit in my room, go to the online, the website of my bank, make changes or make transfer money from one account to the other, pay for my services like DSTV and etc., and even recharge my phones. So it has really changed a lot of things.
I might be ignorant, so please forgive my ignorance for the next question I'm going to ask you.
It's okay.
As a visibly challenged person, how do you do your research? Because I'm asking this question based on the statements you made some few seconds ago. How can you sit down in the comfort of your home and do your research from your bed, knowing fully well that typically researches are done, and when done, they are read? How does that work for you?
Good. That's why I mentioned screen reader.
Okay.
And one of the basic screen readers we have is called JAWS, an acronym for Job Access with Speech. It's done by Freedom Scientific of America. And then there's another one called HAL, H-A-L, done by Dolphin UK. There's another screen reader called NVDA, standing for Non-Visual Desktop Access, done in Australia, and that's Window Eyes, also in the USA. Now, with these screen readers, I'm able to go to any website. Now, let's be graphic. I'm a PG student and I'm writing an article on life and death in the Old Testament. Now, I go into Google search engine, type life and death in the Old Testament. Now, Google will bring hundreds and hundreds of links, and then click on the links that best suits my need.
How will you know the link that best suits your need?
That's what the screen reader does. The screen reader will read the links, the headings, and so on and so forth. And once I get the ones I need, I go into the link, go to the particular articles that meet my need, and maybe copy them to my Microsoft Word, save them there, and then edit, add my own opinion, and then at the end of the day, I at least cite and make my attributions to whomsoever article I've used. So wonderful indeed.
How have you been affected by the evolution or rather, first of all, the revolution, and second of all, the evolution of the internet space? How has it affected a typical visibly challenged person and the ones you've met?
Wow. Now, let's do it this way. I had my first bachelor's degree in 2001. Before then, the internet has not been really serious in Nigeria.
Okay.
I needed to go to library at University of Nigeria in Soka. Then find somebody, maybe a friend, a volunteer, or even somebody I could pay. He or she has to pour through volumes of books scattered here and there. But today, in my master's program, I sit in the comfort of my room, maybe with a cup of coffee on my table, then log on to, let's say, www.loc.gov, that's the American website for Library of Congress.
Okay.
Then look for the article I need, copy, and then paste it into my Microsoft Word and so on. So the internet has really done wonderfully well. And of course, that really informed our formation of Blind Computer Users Group, which brings together all blind people in Nigeria who can make use of the computers. And we also encourage as many people as possible to really come into it and see the good in it. Yeah.
Fantastic. In what, for those of us who don't know, like you earlier mentioned before the interview, you represent an organization, and you are here and you are at this event, which is the NIGF, the Nigerian Internet Governance Forum 2014, as a panelist.
Yes.
How did that come about? And also, can you let the listeners know the organization you represent and what they stand for?
Well, I did mention that I represent National Disability Empowerment Forum. Now, to set the confusion ablaze, National Disability Empowerment Forum is a broader organization that helps disabled persons in general. Now, Blind Computer Users Group is an association of blind people who make use of computers in their daily activities. So these are two different things. However, I'm here representing National Disability Empowerment Forum. Now, we have been holding programs with National Communications Commission, NCC, and NIGF. One of the partners of NIGF is NCC. So we got to be invited to this program through NCC. I think that does answer the question.
One final question, sir. What you mentioned earlier that as at 2000 and 2001, getting access to research and all what you wanted to do was cumbersome. We shouldn't use the word a bit, was cumbersome. Now it has made life
much easier
for you. What are some of the benefits, the evolution of the internet space and technology? What are some of the benefits that people who are physically challenged and maybe physically challenged have benefited from the evolution of anything technology?
Okay. Now,
practical examples.
Before now, I will look for somebody to buy a recharge card for me, and maybe in that street nobody sells recharge card. Then I'll have to find a way to recharge my phone because I need to make some calls. But today, I will sit in my room, go to the website of my bank, and on the website now, I will recharge my phone without hassles. That's one. Two,
using a voice activation.
Voice screen reader. Yes.
Voice screen reader.
Now, secondly, I have already mentioned that I can do my research now online. And thirdly, in those days I was doing my bachelor's degree, I used to carry one big machine called a cassette recorder. Now, the cassette recorder will record volumes of lectures and all that, only to get spoiled at the exam period. But today I go into the classroom with my mobile phone. And luckily enough, some of the mobile phones can record very neatly. Some of them record up to 44.100 kbps, if you know what that means. Now, so that makes it very clear. In fact, gives it a CD quality recording. So with that, mobile phone in my hand. And that's a mobile phone. I have my dictionary, which in Braille, a good Oxford dictionary in Braille is about 16 volumes. 16 big volumes, I mean. But that kind of dictionary is already in my mobile phone. Now, the Bible in Braille is in 18 big volumes. I have that same Bible in my mobile phone, the same mobile phone. Now, the cassette recorder I used yesterday has been thrown away, only to be used, to be replaced with this mobile phone. So one mobile phone has a dictionary, has a Bible, has an email facility, can help me to browse with on the internet, and does a lot of things, including recording. So it's a wonderful experience. It's very wonderful indeed.
One final question.
Okay.
As someone who is learned, because I know you are, or you might not want to admit it.
I am, of course.
Yes.
Bless God for that.
Where do you see the impact of technology in the next 5-10 years on the lives of everybody in general, but most in particularly visibly challenged people and physically challenged people?
Okay. If there's anything to describe the dark ages, it's before 2000 in Nigeria, when Nitel was battling. We were battling with Nitel. Before you could say hello, your credit is over and all that. And only how many of us were able to access those things. But today, my grandmother in the village has a phone. Of course, your grandmother, while in the farm, has a phone. So revolution has really greatly improved the life of everyone in Nigeria. So in the next 5-10 years, I'm very, very sure that with the trend of things, and that's why NIGF is coming up with a framework. One of the discussions today is about building a framework for digital inclusion and internet governance, which means we are coming up with a framework, a legalistic framework, so to say, that is going to make sure that services are rendered affordably, services are rendered accessibly, and services are rendered with security in mind, so that somebody's car was stolen last week or so. Police were able to recover that car simply because of car tracking, and that was done online. So in the next 5-10 years, maybe kidnapping will not be available again, because while somebody is being kidnapped, some other person is tracking him online. And when a car is stolen, in the next few minutes, the car is found. So maybe we are getting into a golden age where everything will be perfect. Even though there are some ups and downs, you know that people die because of relationships they form in Facebook and such social interactions and all that. But then I think the good surpasses the bad.
Sir, thank you very much for granting me this opportunity, and thank you very much for this insightful interview.
Thank you so much. But just before we call it a day here, I would encourage Nigerian website builders to please contact Blind Computers Users Group and have advice on how you make your websites accessible. And of course, I have to admit that some websites in Nigeria, I don't want to mention names because they have to pay for that. They have built their websites with screen readers in mind. If your websites do not have textual tags, for instance, yes, textual tags, then it makes it inaccessible. For example, if I go into a website and the website is full of pictures, let's say the President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan is one of the pictures on the website, I will not really know that he is there. The screen that will just say picture or photo. But textual tag will say something like photograph of President Jonathan. Now, this gives me an idea that the photo we are seeing is the president's photo, and so on and so forth. So, websites should have those textual tags in order to make it accessible to those of us who do not see the screen. Again, there are what we call functional and non-functional elements of websites. I encourage Nigerian websites builders to please fashion these things into their websites. Now, these include headings, links, and because some of them are jumbled up, you don't really know where you are. But if a website has headings, links, and lists, and such things that will help you navigate around. So if you're in level 2, you know what level 2 is talking about, and so on and so forth. That would be really helpful to those of us who are using screen readers. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
A follow-up, but there are some websites designed in Nigeria, developed in Nigeria, that have all this functionality.
Oh yes. And first, I had wanted not to mention any, but I want to give credit to this bank, FCMB. FCMB did a wonderful website, www.fcmb.com. They did a very wonderful website. In fact, we really give them credit for that.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.